sausage and wild ducks go in last in the freezer, and I guess that's stuff that's being harvested and processed by the hunter himself.
Yeah, so it's the same thing. As long as you remove the oxygen and it's in a freezer bag, it can last a year, if not longer. The quality is going to change a little bit, but I mean, I also hunt, and what I do is I cut up the whole muscle as much as possible and put it into bags, and then if I'm going to make sausage, I take out the whole muscle and then grind it up. And I've used meat that's over 2 years old, and the sausage turns out just fine.
So I don't want to get anybody upset. That's not a hunter here, but when it comes to field dressing, when it comes to getting whatever you hunt refrigerated, and even to the next extent, if you get stuff at the store, getting it home and getting it refrigerated, talk about that, Doc, if you will, and the time limits that you have and so forth.
Yeah, you really want to minimize the amount of time that it's at ambient or like environmental or room temperature. 4 hours is sort of the go-to number. Ideally, if you're going to be out dressing any kind of game, it's best to put it into like a cooler with ice or a cooler pack to start cooling that meat down as quickly as possible. What you don't want to do is leave it out for long periods of time, because you're going to have spoilage microorganisms and potentially pathogens growing in that period of time.
When it comes to Thanksgiving dinner and leaving the food out because not everybody eats, everything at the same time, and I know dressing can be a problem if it's cooked within the bird itself. What's the rule of thumb on that about, people like to go and pick and eat and so forth? How soon do you pick it up in the refrigerator? How do you handle all that? How do you handle it in your house, Doctor? Heck, you know all this stuff.
Yeah, so my rule is once the bird comes out, the stuffing comes out right away. Okay? Because
stuffing in it?
I do sometimes.
Knowing what you do, you still do.
But I temp check my stuffing.
Okay.
So I've got a thermometer in my kitchen at all times, and I temp check the bird, I temp check the stuffing. But ideally what you want to do is within 2 hours have it from when it comes out of the oven down to room temperature. So there's your 2 hour window of picking at it. But then in the next 4 hours after that, after 4 hours it should be at refrigeration temperature. And the best way to do that is to break down the bird. So and for stuffing or anything that's really dense, like sweet potatoes or anything like that, what you want to do is make it into a shallow, put it into a shallow dish and smooth it out, because you increase the surface area and it cools down faster. And then do not put a tight seal over it. Like, don't put aluminum foil or plastic wrap and make it really tight, because it's actually the air inside that serves as the insulation. So you want to vent it so that it doesn't have that insulating capability, so just to accelerate the cooling time.
So you don't get the condensation, that's the goal?
Well, it's not so much the